Hi everyone, just starting a little bit early to get onto the group, and I've got a very old Dawn Bibby collection here that I'm just going to have a play with while I'm waiting to see if anybody joins us. It's a very warm Friday the 26th of June. We did have a few showers and it cooled down a bit through early hours, and then now it's got super warm again. I'm just going to, let me just check what on. Yeah, we're all on. We're just a bit early. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm on. I'm just going to sit and play with this. I've just got a bit of ink here. These are not quite the right colour, so let's have a go with a bit of... That's not very pinky, is it? Not pink enough. Get rid of that one. I've got my pink ones in here. It's definitely got pink in. There we go. Right, I'm just going to try and get my thing on, see if anybody's joining us. There we go. Right, well, we're live on the page. It's a really warm day. People will probably be out and about, enjoying the weather or hiding away from it. I'll just play with this little thing for a minute because I've got a... Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to play with. Where are they? There they are. I've got one of Debbie's blending mats because I think it'll keep the ink on and I can use it later. I don't want to be picking it up and adding it on. This is just a really old kit from Dawn, which I found in the garage, and I'm just going to see if anybody joins us or not. I don't blame anybody if they don't. If they don't, then I'm just going to carry on doing my video, and I'll post it up onto YouTube as well, and everybody can watch it back later. It's not the best weather to be crafting around at the minute, is it? I'm just going to get these all... No idea how old this kit is, probably about 20 years old, goodness knows. Maybe not that old, but it feels like I've had it for a long time. And I've had it before I had Wesley, and he's 17, so I imagine it is quite old. And we don't have anybody joining us just yet, but that's fine. Anybody who's watching, I'll catch up. I'm just having a little play with this kit from Dawn. That is an old one. I've got a couple of little bits left over. So it comes with a card base, which is ready to do as an easel. So I'm going to stick something on there. I thought we'd stick this across here as a band, which we could then decorate with the with a stopper. So I'll just stick this on here. There we go. I'll stick it over there. Just get it straightened up a bit. It'll be fine. And cut the bits off the edge. There we are. I need to be careful to put my lid on my glue at the minute because with the heat it's just pouring out if I don't. I'm getting everywhere. Where's my rag? There, so we'll do that. I'm going to use this little top here and this bit here as the decoration. That's what I've found in the kit. There's not much left in it, to be fair. Let's put a little bit around the edge. What have I got for foam? Oh, I've got a bit of a rolly one here. Let me use that one. Stick it round. Stick it around the edge. Very sticky indeed. There we go. That's it. Get rid of that. And we'll stick this on. I'll just lift it up so I can see them roughly in the middle, otherwise I'll be a bit wonky. There we go. And then that's going to go on the back of there. And I can't see any bits and pieces like that. So we'll pop that on the bottom. I'll just get, sorry, I'm just finding my rolls of tape. There's a bit of Dawn there. I'm just going to stick a bit on the bottom of there. And I'm going to stick a couple on the bottom of there. I'm going to need 2. That's it, just to bring them up to the same height. Stick that on there. That's it. And then I'm going to bring this across here as the stopper. Just a little flourish onto that bit. Let's go for that. I might snip at it. There we go. And that's it. I want that up there, so I'm going to pop the little flourish on an angle like that. And I'm going to pop some of these little flowers that we've got in as well. Or the little leaves, maybe a little flourish of a leaf there and a little flower there. That'll do. There we go. So stick these down. And put the lid back on. Right, and today's projects, I've got nobody joining me today, but I shall find it a bit strange talking to myself, but I'll have a go. I'll just treat it as though it's a video I'm uploading later, and then we would of course put all my little stickers on. Probably put some gems on actually. Some nice little sparkly gems here. There we go. Some of these on. Can't see what I'm doing. That one's lost its sticky. Get the other one off. Can't really see. So they're not really roughly level. And put those there. That's it. Put one on that. just put that one on the little end bit. There we go, and that's it. So a quick little card from a very old set from Dawn, and then we're going to move on to one of Dawn's new sets. So there we go. Right, just a second. Just pop a post in the group. There we go. There we are. That's it. I'll put a little posting group just in case anybody else wants to join in. And lost my post now. You, there I am. There. Okay. Well, there's Carol. Hi Carol, thanks for joining me. I was just found a very old kit from Dawn, and while I was just waiting to see if anybody was coming on, I made a quick little easel card from her with the little bits of leftovers that I've got. So that was all I was doing just while I was seeing if anybody was coming. I think it might be a quiet one today. It's really too hot to do anything. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last. I'm going to start off with just a very quick and easy card. I love the fairy collection from Dawn, so I'll do a little quick one with this fairy that I've found. I've matted it up with a bit of holographic around the edge to pick out all the silvery sheen. And then I've gone for the navy linen card. And I could probably have made another card base for myself, but I found a black one. So I thought I'm just going to put it on there. And that's it. And then we might do a few flowers on it. So that's all I'm going to do to start with. Just a little bit of that. How are you doing this morning, Carol? I think that's just me and you at the minute. There could be one other person who may be quiet. I'm not seeing the comments. It could be, if it's Karen Boland, it could be, because she doesn't always get her comments on. But not to worry. We'll just do a little live this morning as planned and see what happens. I'm trying to get, I've got a fan going in the background, so I'm hoping that that's not disturbing me too much, because I am in the conservatory, so I may not last very long. We had a bit of cool air this morning, had a couple of little showers and a rumble of thunder, and it just seemed to clear the air a bit. And it felt cooler, but now it's starting to heat up again. So I'll just pop a little bit of tape on the corners. Just going to get some more of my big foam pads, just because it's quicker for me on the lives when I've just got the big ones to shove on. So I'm going to stick these on because they're quick. There we go. Get a load of roll of them. Yeah, it's just getting too hot. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to last on here because of being in the conservatory. I might get one. I'll do this one and then I'll do the main card. And I don't know if I'll get down to my other one. I'll probably do that. Maybe I might come on live when it's cooler another time, but I've got out and about tonight with Wes. He's doing film studies, so we're going to see films every so often that come in the cinema that he wants to see. So we've got one of those tonight. Let's just pop that in the middle. And then tomorrow, if we manage to get off and about, we're going to go up to along to even Manchester for an open day that he's got. So see whether we'll get there. Right, I've got a few bits cut out already. and I think I'm going to go with a few different colours on these. I might have a blue and a purple. I like that purple, but I might pick up some blues as well. There, I like that blue and that blue. So I'm just going to stick a few on. I'm going to get rid of that stalk. Don't think I need the stalk. That's it. I could have a candle, but it needs to be lifted up onto something, doesn't it? Don't know if I've got any more. Let's have a look at my holographic. Oh, just 2 seconds while I get that. Yeah, I don't think I've got that same holographic, but I can probably use another one. I'll go for this stars one. I could always stick that on there and see what that's like. Cut that round. And this is not even the main one, so I might just need to be getting on with the other one. But we'll have a go. I've got a swing fold card planned for the main card today with the fairies. Put that on there. I might just get the blue. Have I got a bit of blue there? See what colour that is. Let me just check on the. It's a bit too. It's not green. Hang on. I'll go for green. Green. Go for that green, just to get rid of some of the white on these little. Whoops, that's gone a bit heavy-handed. Look, I was going to use my little mat to save all the mess. And I could keep it for later then. Pure paint. Right, I've gone a bit heavy-handed on there, but we're all right. Just wanted to get rid of the white on it. Just merge it in. It'll be fine. That one. Some of these leaves might fall off. There's one gone. I could stick them back on again. That's a bit of a blue one, isn't it? There's the blue. Blue and green on that one. You could use your pens and pencils and pens to just give those if you can't get close enough, which I haven't. It's quite tricky to get in. Oh, lid. Don't forget the lid. I don't think you're very far from me, Carol. You're in the north, so we might have had the same thunderstorm. I've just spotted a bit of the holographic on the side of my table here that would have matched the one I've used, but never mind. This starry one, it'll do nicely. I'm just going to go around this because it needed something to stand out with, so I could see it. Cut around that. There we go, so we'll probably have that one there. I'll move this out to the side again. And this large, that rose is quite big, isn't it? Oh, these little flowers might do if I put them around. And that greenery up there coming off, and a bit of green, green, just for something different. A bit of blue coming up there, and I might go for one down the bottom coming along, like it's sitting on that. And I could have gone for the large rose, but I might just go for these little flowers, and that will do me nicely. I think that's nice. We'll do that. So get them out the way. I'm going to stick these ones down first. Yeah, I thought you were up my end, so I'm at Gisborough, so it's not too far. I just think some of this is going to fall off. I was going to get me glue gun out today in case I needed it. Whoa, I got a bit heavy-handed on the glue there. It'll be fine. It comes out fast, doesn't it, when you're trying to do that. I'm going to put this one on now with the foam pad and then stick the other behind. It will dry clear. It'll be fine. Oh, hi Deb, thanks for joining us. It's just a little small group this morning because it's a bit warm and I think everybody's just struggling a bit with this weather. We're going for a little bit of fairies today. I'll get that little bit out. Dab that down, and I'm going to put this one a bit behind there as well. I hope you're all right, Deb. Have you been to work today? Or you've got a day off, obviously, maybe because you're here with us crafting. It's just a bit too warm for all of this business, I think. Put that one there. We'll have a big, turn that one round. I think I'm going to just go around the edge of that with a little bit of blue as well, because I can see the edges. There. Just using Dawn's fairy things today, just for a little quickie card. And then I've got a shaped card because I want to do something that's just a little bit different. So I've got a little shape card to do with the fairies as well, but very simple with most of what I'm doing. We could put that on the holographic as well if we want to, or we can leave it. Let me just see. I think I'm just going to leave it. Oh, thank you very much. That's kind of you. Thanks, Deb. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining us. Just a little small group today. A little quiet spell. I'm just merrily popping little flowers on to a fairy card. That's all I'm doing. Oops. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Jackie. I'm saying I don't think I'm going to last very long because I'm in the conservatory and it is really hot. I'm going to put that one up there. And then this little leaf that flew off, we might pop it down. I might put it over that side. Yeah, we're not going to last very long today, I don't think, on here. I've done this little card fairly quickly. There, just get a little bit of green on that side, and then we could carry on with a little bit more if we wanted to. Got another little flower there, might put that down the bottom. I'm using my little blending mat from Debbie. Thought I'd have a go at those. There was a blending mat years ago that was made by a fella up at Stockton near me. He had a little shop up there. I don't know if he's there. And I think he was trying to patent it because it was a one where, I don't know if this is what this is, it sort of holds the ink. I can't remember what you called him. It is baking. I've got my fan on, but I don't know how long I'm going to last. I don't know if I want to, but if I don't want anything else on it, actually, I think I just like it like it is. Just a bit simple. There, I haven't cut out a load of blues, so I might have to put them back in the little envelope that they came out of. That's up here. And this, we'll just do that. I think that looks nice. Nice, nice, nice. There we go. Nice and simple, and I will probably stickle the centres of things. So I can put that on the middle of my flowers. I'll probably put a bit on the flame. And a little bit coming down with the drips of wax. There we go. So I've just used Dawn's holographic card and a linen cardstock and a fairy. and just dab a little bit on the leaves. And why not? Can't have too much sparkle, can we? There we are. Lovely. And maybe some in the hair. And those little flowers in the hair. And on our body, on there. These ones. Could get carried away with stickles, can't we? I just go wild with them, putting them everywhere. And I think on the on that little moon, I'll try the stardust one. A little bit on her wings. And if I just do that, I don't think it looks very good as lines. No, it looks all right actually, just to pick out a little bit on the wings. You can just dibble it with your finger though if you think it doesn't look right, and it just gives the hint of the shape, the thing on it. There you go. That's it. So a nice little card, a lovely fairy. Hopefully you like that. I do. That will go to one of my daughters, I think, probably. Pop that one there. There we go. And then let's see if we can do the next card, which is the shaped one. So I've got a piece of card here ready to show you how to make it. I'm going to show you my little bits, my mocking up bits. So I'm doing a card that is, I'll show you this one. It's called a swing card, I think. So it swings round like that, and then when it stands up. So these are my little practice runs. Hi Patsy, thanks for joining us. No worries, just about to start the main card. So that's the idea. I did all my measurements on here, and when I did this one I decided that when it turned round, I'll show you, you lost, sorry, doesn't want to do what I want it to do there. So some of the topper would be lost underneath that frame, which is fine. You can do it the same size like that, but then I decided to cut a little bit off the edges there so that when it twirled round, when it's flat like that, it's the same. When it twirls round, I can see everything that's not overlapping. So this is my template to show you what we're doing. And I've cut a piece of card to 10 1/4 by 6.5 inches. So that's the first stage here. Now I'm going to use my trimmer, paper trimmer, because it's got measurings on it. But the blade is needing replacing, so it's very fluffy at the minute. So well, please excuse that. So that's my piece of card cut ready. What we're going to do is we're going to, we need this aperture bit here, and we need those bits as flaps. So the space around the outside is 1 inch. Now if you want to, you can get your ruler just to see what to do. I think we will do it with this ruler. And measure your inches. So because I'm from a funny angle here, there's 1 inch. There's 1 inch. Let's do it at that end. Inch and 1 inch. And join those up. Oh, that's it. Ignore that squiggly bit. Join those up. I'm just showing you with the card, but when you actually cut it with your paper trimmer, you don't actually need to put these on. Oops, you're out the way, matey. Falling down. There we go. I'm just going to mark the 1 inch on there and 1 inch on there. That's it. Hopefully you can see with my pencil marks. I'll hold it up in a minute. An inch. So I'm making an inch all the way around. That's it. And then I need to find the midline of this. It's 10 1/4, I think, this bit of paper. Did we say it was 10 1/4? Yeah, we did. So it was 5 1/8, I think, is the middle. And then I'm going to mark an inch either side of that, half an inch either side of that. Just check. Yeah, that's it. So 5 1/8, and then I need to go half an inch either side of that. I'll join them up so you can see. You could do this on a piece of copy paper if you want to just get the idea first, and then I'll show you the bits that we're going to cut. So the way that I saw it made. Hi Karen, thanks for joining us. No worries. We're just starting the card. I'm just drawing around with pencil, so hopefully you can see. I've done an inch all the way around, and then there's an inch strip down the middle. And the bits that we're going to cut, where's my black pen? I'll just use my black one, it's fine. So we want to cut along here and along here and down there on both sides, like that. So I'm going to be doing that on both sides, but the topper that I'm using, I cut it out and I decided that I'll show you the one we've picked. I want to make my centre panel smaller to accommodate that. So another inch off there is what I decided to do. So I'll go and take another inch off, like that. There. So I'm going to cut that panel out as well. Do that on both sides. So I'm cutting from my mark at the middle and I'm making that round there like a flap. So I'll show you on the example. Here you'll see that we're cutting that bit away that's there, and I'm cutting that bit away there. So I'll put the measurements up, but I'll show you how you can do it on your trimmer without worrying too much about it. So if you get your trimmer, like I say, my trimmer is not cutting very well at the minute, so bear this in mind. So my piece, I'm going to start with my short side, which is 6 1/2. I'm going to get lined up to this, so you see the inch on the right hand side of the cut line. I'm going to put my card there so that my cut line will go down the inch. And because I've got measurements on the, I'll just stand up so I can see. I've got measurements on the bit that goes over the top. You've probably all got trimmers like this. I'm going to put my blade at the 1 inch and I'm going to bring it down and cut to that line there that I want to go to. Can't see because I'm over the top, which is about 4 5/8, I think it is. Lift it up and go over the other side, which is at 5 5/8, I think. And then I can cut down all the way to the last little inch there where that line is. So at the bottom I've got an inch and the top I've got an inch. And the middle bit I've got an inch, and I've cut, you can see the feathering, I've cut down there and I've cut down there. So turn it over and do the same on the other side. Line up so you've got an inch to the right of your cutting blade area. Get your blade up to the 1 inch mark on here. Bring it down, I think it's 4 5/8, but you bring it down to that bit, lift it up, pop it over again, 5 5/8, and then down so that there's just an inch at the bottom. That's it. So then I've got to cut there as well. Yeah, you can see how dreadful it is. So on this longer side, you could do it where you just cut the inch down there, but as I said, I wanted for the size of the topper I'm taking 2 inches. I'm taking it into the 2 inch on the right hand side. Does that make sense? So I've got 2 inches here. I'll go back to my inch marker up here, and I'm going to cut all the way down to my next bottom inch marker there. So I've cut that flap out. Go to the inch again there now, and I can cut that little black bit out. There. I have got another one ready, which is the one I'm going to use, so don't worry about the fact that I'm got black all over this. And again on this side, I take it out so that I've got 2 inches. There's my inch, there's my inch. Take it up, so I'm coming down, I'm starting to cut at the inch mark, coming all the way down to the bottom, so I've just got an inch left at the bottom. Oops, that was a little bit long. And then I'm going to take it to an inch and do the same on that little bit. There we go. And I cut that little bit out as well. So that's the base of the card made. And then where you've got the 2 bits up here, they're your score lines. So we'll just score, and I'm only scoring the top inch. I don't want to score on my card area because that's going to hang free. So that top inch bit is where I'm scoring. Let me go over that again here so you can see in the black, like that. So these bits are where I'm scoring. There. Okay. And then we're going to do our folds. So fold it over that way, fold it over that way, fold it over all the ways. Sorry about the fluffy edges, but I've got another one ready. And then we're going to fold it ready to do the swing part of the card. So I'm going to have one up and one down. You can see it twirling. Ba-da-da. There. So do that again. That one's coming towards me. This one. So that's my valley at that side and my mountain at this side. Folding them up, and you can see it twist the card round. And that's the swing fold card. And then you're ready to decorate your card base and the other side. There you go. So that is your card shape for today, a swing fold. Now luckily I have prepared a one beforehand, and I've chosen one of Dawn's green fairies, and I've chosen a green, it's like a gold green. I've done double-sided. It did have a white core, which if you've got a core that isn't showing, sorry, there's a few bits because I'm not trimming. I've gone over with a bit of ink to try to sort of hide the white core. So what have I missed? Oh dear. Oh, Deb's had a water leak in her kitchen. Oh my goodness. Jackie's blood pressure's still playing up. Linda Piper, hello there. Thanks for joining us. Karen's obviously had a bereavement somewhere. I'm sorry about that, Karen, and in the family. Looking after your family members. Oh, bless. Sorry about that. It's hard doing anything in the heat, isn't it? So it just coping with health and emotional stuff. It just seems to be worse when you're hot and bothered and you can't think. So there's my little card base and my little swingy fold. And it's a lovely greeny gold. That was a pack I got off Dawn. I don't even know which way around I'm going. I'll just go. It's a bit wonky, to be fair. I don't think I cut this one out the best. Try to do yours a bit straighter, but it's fine. I don't think we'll notice once it's all on. There we go. So my topper is my lovely lady fairy and some gold, Dawn's glitter gold, to go around the edge. And I've cut that matted and layered so that I've got a little bit of the green edge shown as well, so that's acting as another mat on that side. So nice and simple. Let's stick all that down. And see what's what. I'm still waiting for me glue from Dawn, so I'll put a load of this on because I'll make sure it sticks because it's the glitter card. I've got a bit of wiggle room. There we go. There we are. I'll just flatten it down and burnish it on the back. I'm going to keep it flat. So the main challenge with this is probably going to be doing any embellishments so that you still get your mechanism of the spin a bit going round. But actually it's just matting and layering and sticking once you've done your card shape. So it's one of those that, you know, just is a little bit different for your card shape, but it's simple otherwise. Now what I have also done is I've got some of these golds sort of cut up, and I wanted to put some gold around these bits as well. So I'm going to open this out, turn her over. She's going to be on that side now, and I'm going to get these gold bits on here. This is the bit that's facing me. Put these ones on first, and then I'll decide what to do with the other bits. And it is lovely, lovely glitter card, you're right, absolutely brilliant. I've got no glitter coming off anywhere. And I might think, oh my goodness, this is too blingy. I'm not sure because I haven't made the card yet before. I just had, this is the bit I had laid out. I've got some embellishments, so we'll have a look and see. If I think it's too blingy, I can stick a bit more. Another strip down the bling. But we might like it blingy. The card base is one of Dawn's, and it's like a gold green. A green with a hint of gold in. So I don't know what colour that was, but I think if you say to Dawn, it's almost like a sage green with a hint of gold, or olive green with a hint of gold, I think maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, you could maybe ask Dawn if she's got anything, if she's got that colour. My fingers are all covered in muck. I think it's just all the inks, isn't it? And then this gold, one of our gold packs, I don't know which gold this one is because there's a few different golds and I haven't written down what they are. So I've got them all on. I've got a little square one here. I think I did have another little square one to pop in that bit. So I'm not going to take the card over the folds because it won't sit right, and it's easier if you cut and leave your fold lines free of the card. I find that that's better. I've lost, is there one there? There is one there. Oh, that's a bit big, but it's all right. Yeah, take a screenshot. I'd have to look on the order sheet and see if it says what colour it is. I'll have a look, see if I've got it written down anywhere. And just put those in there. Lovely. So I'm not sure if I'm putting these down the sides here as well to go absolutely all out glitter. That's the option. We shall think about that because we can do that in a minute. I think what we'll do is stick the one on the back as well. Sorry, I'm not doing anything 3D because if I put 3D on the front side, I'm not going to do this too 3D so that it lays flat while I'm doing the bits and pieces. Right, so I've picked this one out, another green fairy, which was in a frame, and I've just matted it onto the gold. So for the back, I'm going to have that one. Let me get this is all my little flowers that I'm planning on decorating with. We're going for greens. So I've done a load of snipping and cutting with green. Hopefully these will work nicely. And I need a little sentiment maybe on the back. Believe in magic, or you are pure magic. Might go for that one. Magic lives within you. Oh, I'm going to put that one on there for the minute and see what I think of it, because I'm going to also plan out flowers and decorations, so we're not going to put that one on yet. There we go. Let's stick that one there for the minute and give it time to stick while we have a think. And that's going to go on the back in a minute when we have time to think. I'm going to turn it over and think about here. So because I want my mechanism to be moving in the middle, any embellishments I'm putting on, I'm going to need to keep them there. So if I show you again, let me just spin it there. So I don't want anything coming over that's going to stop me from doing that. I can probably get away with a little bit on this side because that's in front of that one, like that. So let me go for there and see what we're going to stick on. I have a nice lantern which could go where that lantern is, and I have lots of lovely flowers and greenery. Now I also have some very fancy dancy, these ones from Dawn, like little, these are lush. I did that little flower with some bits in, so I could always put some of them in. I've got these as well, and I really like those, so maybe we'll do something with these ones on the front. And I'll show you, I think Dawn's shown us before how to poke these through. Sorry about my mucky hands, I feel like I need to wash them. Oh, I'm going to get everything filthy. So I've put two together, and then I'm just going to use my pokey to poke them in to get the get that through. Oh gosh, I've got something sticky on the end of that, so it's sticking to it. Yeah, I wonder what its official colour is. We'll have to ask Dawn. I don't know. Right, poke it in there and then poke down. Preferably not with a sticky ended thing, because it just keeps jumping out because it's sticky. That one's not sticky, so I'm going to poke it in. This is just because it's live. Oh, was doing it fine yesterday. I just poked myself. There we go. I think I'm through. Have I got a bleed? And then pull. There we are. Right, and all I did, once they were in there, pulled them out, got my little bits in. I actually cut the end there and then tied a couple of knots on the back. It's a bit fiddly. I would say if you can't do these little fiddly knots, then you might want to do just glue. A couple of little knots in there. Yeah, I've got the fan on. I don't want it on too loud so you don't hear it. But I am slowly dripping there. So I put little bits inside like that, and that's how you do those. So that one's in there ready, but I haven't tied the knot yet. Must have done that last night. I'm just going to tie my little knots, and then you're going to be gluing them on anyway, so I'm probably going to need my glue gun on if we use these. And trim that off. Now, depending on what colour you're using for your fairies, there's also the iridescent ones I've done, but I think this is a bit too, it needs to be one of the pinky coloured ones. I just wasn't sure that that was quite the colour that I wanted to go. It catches the green on a different angle and then it's the red, but I'll see. I didn't think I really wanted it with this green colour. Right, so let's have a think about what we're gonna do in placing things, and what's going to be on our thing. I think I might want that on a bit of gold as well. Is this the same gold? Yeah, I've got different golds, so I'll stick that on there as well. And there's another big iridescent flower as well. That's lovely. Some really nice nice bits, just something different. We could have a little competition on who guesses the right colour of the green card, the green gold. Just put that on there and it'll stay for a bit. I'll put that on, and I'm going to look for what colours. I like that pale one. I like that dark one. I'm going to be careful where I put them because I want them to go around. I've got a little bit of greenery. I wonder if when we put that in there, I don't know. We've got some green coming up that side. Try and keep it on my page. A bit of green coming along there. These are lovely little flowers. I've cut them out and I've just inked a little bit with I think it was peeled paint, I think it was, and a bit of the blue, just to try to take the colour of the colour off the white bits. So we'll put a few little bits of florals in on this corner, like that. That would be nice. And we'll use this in any way, shape or form. I don't know. I'm kind of not going to put that on now. I'm going with the flowers. This is it, when you start fiddling, you've got loads of stuff and then I think, oh, actually, I just think I'm going to go with that. So that's it, that's nice. Hi Alison, thanks for joining us. Just doing a little bit of fairy decorating on a swing fold card. So I'm just going to cut this lamp out with a bit of gold behind because I think it just make it pop a bit, and see if I want that in my scene as well. Now the lamp did have a hook on the top, a little hoop on the top of it when I got it, but I thought I'm just taking that off because it's easier to pop it in than it is. Let's have a look. This is just in case I want to put a lamp in instead of florals. Let's see. So we would want some bits coming out there side, but not too many. And still go for the bits at the bottom. I'm trying to keep it within the card because of the swinging mechanism. I don't want too much hanging out over the edge. That's what we're doing. Those ones there. And I think if we do that one, we're probably going to want just the little florals. Smaller ones on this corner. That dark green's lush though, isn't it? Ooh. Right, so we're going to need to say, did you like the roses on the corner, or would you like the lantern on the corner? Oh, I tell you what, we could always put the lantern and that on that part. Oh, yes, there we go. I've decided. That's going up there, that's going up there, that one's going there, that one's going there, the two large roses, and then we'll build these bits in the back. So I'm going to put these on with a bit of foam, but I want to be careful where I put them. That one there first. And then I think I might have a bit of the florals on the frame as well. That looks thin enough to get away with it on this frame edge with some more bits coming up it. There we go. I knew I would work out what I was doing in the finish. Normally I take hours and sit and play. So where's my foam pads gone again? There's my foam on a roll thing from Dawn. Just use that. I'm only going to stick a little bit of pad on because I want to poke behind. I want to be able to poke in my other flowers and leaves. But I just want to get these placed and make sure it's not going over the edge at the bottom. So I know it's going to fit. That one's going on here. There, so I want a little bit of foam on that side. A little bit of foam on there. And a bit of glue on there. Yeah, I'm going to do the lantern as well. So I've got away with both of them. Big roses on here. And then I should have room then to do some poking in underneath. And anything that gets in my way, I shall be able to trim. So you can come off and you can come in there. That's it. Poke that one under where I want it. There we go, and poke this one under. Coming up. I started this card in, I've done so many cutting out of different colours because I was starting on different ones, and then I actually decided it was the base, this green, that I spotted and thought, oh, I'm going to use that, that's lush. Let's do a green fairy. So that's how it came about, because that was just so gorgeous. There we go. I'm just playing now, so please talk amongst yourselves while I play. And I think I'm going to get away with going around the edge there a little bit. Let's have a little go. There. So because the mechanism, I'm fine going over a little bit there. I'm not fine going over at the bottom. So that has to be up off the bottom, but I've got a little bit of wiggle room to go over that edge there. Albie is struggling a bit in the heat. As all our puppies probably are, but he's coping really, as long as he's if I go out of my seat for a minute, nip to the loo, I come back and he's sat in where I was sat to get in the fan, so it's quite funny. Bless him. So I'm trying to, where I'm sitting, trying to get him to sort of sit in the fan as well. I just want that poked in, actually. Poke that flower in down there. Just took it under. That's it. Just took some of them under there. And I don't even think it needs very much more, to be fair. I think that looks nice. Doesn't it? Lovely. I like that. And I don't think it needs that much more. So if I spin it round where we are here, now we can just see if we can decorate a little bit around the other parts. And this is where I can decide if I'm going to go all bling. So you can help me decide, do I want to be all bling down there and have an entire bling border like that? Ooh, that's a crazy amount of bling. And then I would be doing some of the, I can probably get this into the picture somewhere. Like it's hanging, a hanging lantern, maybe. No, don't want it there, but I think it might go down there still if I do incorporate it in that. Right, everybody, you have to decide, do I want all the bling, or are we going to go for just the bling at the bottom and then bring it in our foliage again up the side? It might be nice to just break the gold up a little bit and leave that bit green. So I've got to be really careful here where I place them. So let me put my hands on those, hold it and practice my twirl. Yes. So again, I'm okay because that goes slightly over the top. So I think that's going to be just fine. Go for the bling. Well, let's have a little look. I'm practicing with my greenery for a minute, bringing it into looking at like the flowers have kind of come off the front pattern. So that matches there. I don't know if I've got quite enough greenery to go on here. Da, da, da. I have got quite a fair few things out. No, I like that as being a green. Sorry, this is where I faff. So you just have to like join in and wait for me to do that. I want another leaf down there, some more leaves down there, which I can get off that rose because I haven't quite cut enough out. And I think I need something on this side coming down. So we might want the rose at the top to marry up with that rose there. And a little bit more. I've got another rose there. So we might do another little bit of a rose on there and there, but this is where again I'm going to have to take them off. I'm going to have to check my twirling. Yep, that's fine. So I think I might echo the roses that I've got down in that corner, in that top corner. Let's put the gold on just to see. So leave it with the green on. I mean, it's very decadent, but maybe I just make it a very decadent card. Why not? I don't normally go for quite so much green. I'm going to. Let's go for it. Let's just do it. Oh, Deb, great minds think alike. I can just see you there saying about green roses. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Didn't we both have the same thought? That's the way I kind of work it, like a bit like Dawn in opposite corners. Quite often. Just going to stick that on and make it like a frame. I don't normally go for quite so much bling as this, but why not? Some people do like bling, so why don't I just go for it? And we're still going to have some of that nice green card shown on the back because that's also going to get decorated, but with a little bit less. And that's lined up nicely. I've got that all cut ready to go on. Lush. And we can get our florals here to echo the bottom corner. I'm just trying to make the roses stand in the right place. That lid on there. Don't know if I'm going to get to my other card today. It might be just this one. And if I don't get to it, then we could always do a little live, like a little pop-up of some kind, but I've got a busy weekend, so I don't know. I'm going to stick that one down flat. Oh no, I'm not, because it's going to have to go on that bit of thing, and I don't want to get it in the wrong spot, so I'm going to put a bit of bling that on there, and hopefully then I get it in the right place. Bit of wiggle room with a bit of glue, and then my little flower friend in that corner, and my next one on that corner, and a little bit extra that's going on there. That needs to be a little bit more down there. Sorry, just cut my little bits off. Let's see if that sits better. And that one wants to come back off a little bit. Yeah, that's fine, that'll do. Lovely. There we go. And where are we going to put that? Somewhere there, weren't we? Can't remember where I had it now. There we go. That's those ones in that corner. And then we're going to have a little bit of a lantern, I think, coming down here with another green up there. And a little bit of green down here. Ooh, Deb's going on holiday soon. That sounds fabulous. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Santorini, I think that's Greece, isn't it? Stick these down. This is where I could do with my glue gun as well, because I think not having Dawn's glue is not the best. I'll do that. Oh, see, it's just not going to stick because it's the wrong glue. Stickity, stickity, stick. Hold it down. Sounds lovely. I had my holiday earlier in the year, so I've not got anything else planned at the minute. There, just as if that's part of that one. And the only reason I'm not putting any more on is because I haven't got any more made, so I may need to come back later and do a bit more. Cutting out and sticking more bits in. Hopefully I've got enough for the back. I've used all my little leaves. I might have some more leaves in somewhere else. Hang on a second. Just get you in there and you in there and that one in there. That's it. Right, let's see if that still works. Let's go. Yeah, that works. So what I might do is get a few more of my little leaves cut out, which I haven't got, and just put a few more tucked in around here, which I may need to do afterwards because it's a bit hot and bothering now. And we could always do back. There we go. Turn it over. So on this back, I thought we'd just have a little bit there. Now, I'm quite fussy because that white's sticking out. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But I don't know if I do that now or later. I'm going to have to colour that in gold because I don't like the white sticking out the back. And I'll probably do the same for the flowers. I'm going to be getting my gold out and touching that up because I don't like things that are the wrong colour sticking out. So we've got that one. Let's see if this is the little label we're going to do. on the back. Where they're going to write their messages, mind. Maybe you just write it on the envelope. There's nowhere for you to put a happy birthday or a, I don't know, but we'll not worry about that. Let's see if that looks okay. You could always write down there. If I don't do too much, we could put magic up there and leave a little gap for writing. She's got some candles, so we could always have a little candle as well. I've gone all out. I might as well carry on going all out. Oh, Harry Styles, you lucky duck. I bet that was a good show. When the girls were young, we did go and see One Direction at, can't remember where it was, Gateshead or Newcastle or somewhere like that. Was it the Arena? Anyway, it was quite good fun. I enjoyed it. So we saw One Direction, and I think the band that was supporting them were 5 Seconds of Summer as well. So, and that was their first, one of their first concerts. They really wanted to go to that, so I took them. There was no way their dad was taking them to see One Direction. So he decided that, which is probably the better option for all of us, but to counterbalance the One Direction, he took them to see Def Leppard. And they were very young, and they said there was all just old men like that, like their dad, with the old t-shirts on, rocking away, and then them two little diddy things jumping about. So singing their pour some sugar on me, singing it away, bless them. Yeah, we're spinning around. I don't really know what I'm doing now. I feel as if I've lost the will to do anything. I feel like I don't want to do the same on the back. Do I leave a little space for the people to write their name, their messages? I don't have any more. I feel like I'm just getting too much bling going on here. Don't want that on. Just want the magic lives within you. Do I want any more florals? I do, but I need some greenery. Have I got any more greenery? See if I've got any in with the purple. I used my purple greenery. I did indeed. Got any more greenery anywhere? Just Dawn's greenery, but I don't think it's what I want with this card. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick her down, and I'm going to cut some more green out and do that later. I can't manage to cut any more green out now because I'm just dripping wet. So I'm going to leave the sentiment and that. I'm going to pop that on the back, and then I shall have a little think about the rest. So you know what I'm like. I don't always feel the vibes. I have to go away and think about it. And on a live, I think I'm supposed to finish them off, but you know what? You're just going to have to go with the flow, because if it's not right, I will not do it. So I'll do this because I know that's going there, and then I will do the other bit later because I'm not rushing just because it's alive. There we go, but I think we'll get the idea. I'm pleased with the card as a whole. I just need to get that bit there ready, and I need some more leaves up here. But I actually think we've done quite well. Let me spin it round. There we go. Could you draw around the back of the roses and add the green card? Yeah, I do that sometimes. I actually just back them with the colour paper and the colour roses. So I did that with my my toadstool. I think I sent it to Dawn though, the one where I actually backed every single bit. So I did a toadstool one, and I backed every single bit with the flowers on the back. So I'll probably do that. I'll have a little look, but I'm not going to do that now because I'm too hot and bothered. But I think that's not bad for a card. I've done quite well. There's one little green flower that can go in, green leaf. But yeah, I just want a bit more greenery and finish it off on the back. But I think you get the idea of the way the card's going to be, and it will stand. got a little bit there at the bottom there. I might have to move that so that it stands. That's it, and it would stand. You can't see it as easily as I can, but that looks quite good. And because it's gonna stand, you want a bit on both. I might have a look and see if I've got anything for like a corner embellishment here. I think that would finish that off, so I will have a look. That's what I'm going to look for, corners, and I think that would look nice, and then I can decide on a sentiment there. But I'm going to stop because I don't want to spoil it by doing things just for the sake of it. But I like the layout of that card. I think it's pretty, and I know there's loads of bling, but I think when it's fairies you get away with it. So I'm going to have a little bit more fiddle before I post it online, and I will of course add the obligatory stickles. I'll probably use unicorn because that's got like a bit of gold and green in it when you use the stickles. So that's a really nice one to use on this colours. A bit of lace from the frame from the green fairy you've used. Lace from the frame. Something like this frame here. I'm going to have a little look and see what I've got, but I'm not going to finish it. I'm sorry. I hope that's okay. So let's pop, and I didn't use these in the finish, but I thought they would be quite nice if you were doing just those. I will have another play with those and maybe do another card for you when it's cooler. Right, and it is now 12:45. I do have one more card, but it is involving quite a lot of mechanics, so I'm feeling very hot and bothered. I know it's only been a short live, but I hope you don't mind. I haven't got onto my birds, but I'll try and pop on and do another little quick one. I think I might have time on Sunday. I know Dawn's on Sunday night, but if I've got any time during the day and it's not as hot, I might pop on Sunday, so we can even finish this one off if I get everything cut out ready. And I'll show you the bird card. So the bird card is, I was going to do the one that Dawn had shown you, which was like inside it pops up a little bit. So I found a different pop-up mechanism for you. So it's a pop-up mechanism for birds, and we're going to do that, and I'll probably try and do that Sunday. But actually I have managed to do in the time. I like to get my bit of paper out. I'll put this grey plain board down so you can see what we've done. Hopefully you've got that, all my green ones, the green card. Yeah, I think we should all go and cool off. I'm shattered and I'm hot, and like everybody, it wasn't the best sleep last night. I've done another little simple one there that some people might have missed at the beginning, but there's a couple of nice fairy cards there. That's a very simple one. Actually, I mean, they're both fairly simple. It was just the mechanism on this one, but I think it's worth it just to get something a bit different. But the actual layering of the card base and all the flowers, that's not a hard thing. So I think it just helps you get the idea of layering things out. And then we did actually, at the very start when there was only me here, I found an old kit from Dawn and I've played around and stuck it together, a little card. So I have done 3 things, but thank you very much for having me, and I shall try and get back on to do the bird, but I think I'm just too hot and bothered. But I've managed to do a little bit for you today, so at least I've got on live, and I hope you like the fairy cards. I think they're beautiful. I love the fairies. So once I finish this off and put a bit of stickles on, I think it'll be great. Be lovely. Right, thank you very much everybody. So I'll catch up with you again shortly. I'll try and do maybe a bit of time on Sunday, depending on how tired I am after. Might be a bit ambitious to think about that because I'm away all day Saturday. I may be in a heap on Sunday, but we'll see. But thank you for joining me. I hope you like those 2 cards that I've made, and we'll see you all again soon. Go off and have a nice a nice tall glass of cold water or juice. Get your fans out and cool down, and we'll see you with Dawn's live on Sunday night. And I don't know if Sarah was trying to come on, was she? was that Monday. Sarah's going to try and come on Monday. I'll see if I can pop on again and finish off the cards that we haven't done. But hopefully you've got a little bit of inspiration there. So I'm going to say bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Give you my little heart and say bye. Take care.